Magandang hapon po. Ito ang hashtag The Leader I Want Senatorial Forum 2019. At ako po si Maria Ressa. We're here at Leong Hall in Ateneo de Manila University in Quezon City. Rappler and Ateneo School of Social Sciences brings you today's forum. With us, our partners in PH Vote, Lente and NAMFRAL. Also our partner in this event, Green Thumb. We're live on the Facebook page of Ateneo de Manila University and on the airwaves of Radyo Katipunan. We're also live on Rappler.com and all our Facebook pages. Before we start talking to our candidates, let's hear from the Dean of the Ateneo School of Social Sciences, Dean Fernando Aldaba. Dean Nandi, please take it away.
Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. I would like to welcome all of you to the Ateneo de Manila University and the School of Social Sciences. We are honored to be co-sponsoring this very important senatorial forum. Special acknowledgement, of course, to our senators-to-be who are brave enough to face this crowd. Yung iba kasi ayaw humarap kasi magaling daw sila sa ibang bagay. So, we would like to acknowledge Mr. Alejano, Aquino, Neri Colmenares, Leody de Guzman, Chel Diokno, Romy Macalintal, Sonny Matula, Erin Tañada, and pagating mo si Samira Gutoc. We also would like to acknowledge our main partners, Rappler, led by its CEO, Maria Ressa, the brave Maria Ressa. We will also be our forum moderator, Green Thumb Coalition, the CAISA Labor Coalition, Center for Migrant Advocacy, NAMFRAL, and Lente. And of course, our various Ateneo units led by the Political Science Department, and our student organizations led by the Task Force Section of the Ateneo. We believe that it is important for the public, especially our youth and student population, to be fully informed about the principles, advocacies, and character of our candidates. Their presence here today speaks well of their desire to share what they want to offer to the electorate as senators. And of course, we want an independent and capable Senate. Here in our school, we train our students in critical thinking to help them decide when confronted with crucial choices in their lives. Thus, today, our students are very fortunate that Rappler has co-organized this forum with our school so that they can wisely choose among our senatorial candidates. So thank you again to Rappler and all our partners. Welcome once again to the Ateneo and let the forum begin.
Thank you so much, Dean Nandi. Okay, for everyone watching and for everyone here, how many of you have social media accounts? I'm assuming, yes? How many have social media accounts? Now, post or tweet with the hashtag that, the leader I want. A dream, a reality, right? All of us on social media also know that lies and attacks have become part of the oxygen we breathe. So I ask every one of you, in your area of influence, every time you see a lie, report it. Every time you see cyberbullying, report it. Take charge of your world, your area of influence. This is only the start of Rappler Senatorial Forum series. We invited administration, opposition, and independent candidates. We had last-minute cancellations from Senator J.V. Ejercito. He backed out yesterday. And former DILG Secretary Rafi Alunan, he backed out last week. But because you need to vote wisely. We're inviting all the candidates to join us in roundtable discussions every Monday at the Rappler office starting March 11th. You already heard from Dean Nandy, the 9 candidates for senator, but please, let's hear them again. I'm gonna call them one more time and give them the most rousing welcome you can. From your left, Ocho Derecho candidate, Gary Alejano. Ocho Derecho candidate, Bam Aquino. Makabayan candidate, Neri Colmenares. Labor Win candidate, Leody de Guzman. Ocho Derecho candidate, Chel Diokno. Ocho Derecho candidate, Romy Macalintal. Labor Win candidate, Sonny Matula. Ocho Derecho candidate, Erin Tañada. With the T, we're still waiting for the sole woman in our lineup of 9 candidates, so she'll be coming in soon. Now, for those of you watching on mobile, tablet, and desktop, you can follow Rappler's live blog, where our editors are summarizing and providing context. They're sitting here next to me. Vote on the mood meter, and there's an online poll. Vote for the winner in each round. Use the hashtag, the leader I want. For this segment, each candidate will have 3 minutes to answer a question. When you have 30 seconds left, we will hear this sound. Sound. Thank you. That's 30 seconds. Now, when the time runs out, we're going to hear this sound. All right. All right. Here's the crucial question. And 3 minutes may not be a long time, but that's longer than the elevator pitch. Why? Oh, let's welcome Samira Gutoc coming in, Ocho Derecho candidate. All right. Nice to have a woman. All right, so here's the question for every one of the candidates. Really, please tell us, why are you the leader I want? And we start with Magdalo Party List Representative Gary Alejano. Please, you have 3 minutes.
Wala nang hihigit pa sa pag-ibig sa sungguhang lupa. Mga katagang nabanggit ni Cap Andres Bonifacio, isang ating inspirasyon bakit ako naging sundalo. Kaya pumasok po ako sa Philippine Military Academy, tiniis ang hirap ng buhay kadete dahil mahal ko ang ating bayan. Sumanib ako sa Force Recon Philippine Marines, nasabak sa mga delikadong operasyon, nakipagdigma sa Mindanao, tinamaan at muntik mamatay dahil mahal ko ang ating bayan. Naging bahagi ako ng Magdalo, nagaklas dahil hindi po namin maatim ang korupsyon sa loob ng gobyerno, sinakripisyo ang kalayaan sa loob ng 7 taon, ang aking pamilya, ang karir sa military at ang pagkakataong magawaran ng Medal of Valor dahil mahal ko ang ating bayan. Naging kongresista, naghain ng 32 batas at tumulong na maipaabot ang mga benepisyo ng ating gobyerno sa taong bayan. Hindi nagpayaman sa pwesto, hindi gumawa ng kalokohan, na natiling malinis ang pangalan dahil mahal ko ang ating bayan. Ngayon po, ako po'y sumasabak sa pagkasenador dahil gusto kong ipaglaban ang ating bansa at ang ating mamamayan, ng seguridad ng ating bansa at ating mamamayan. Dahil hindi ko matanggap ang pagkompromiso ng kasalukuyang administrasyon sa ating soberenya at teritoryo. Ang lupa na binuwisan ng buhay, luha, pawis sa dugo ng ating mga ninuno ay dahan-dahang kinukuha ng China. Lahat na lang, parang pati gobyerno ay tila ba made in China. Kaya samahan niyo po akong ihain sa Senado ang Department of Maritime and Oceanic Affairs at iba pang mga batas na magpapatibay sa pagbantay ng ating teritoryo, mga karagatan at likas na yaman. Ipaglaban din natin ang karapatan ng ating mga mangingisda sa West Philippine Sea at hindi maagawan ng pagkain at trabaho ang mga ordinaryong mga Pilipino sa sarili nating bansa. At bantayan din natin ang mga kasunduang pinapasok ng ating gobyerno sa China para hindi tayo mahulog sa patibong, nalubugin tayo sa utang at lahawakan sa liig. Ang pagmamahal sa bayan ay hindi lang puro salita. Nakikita ito sa gawa. Madaling sabihin na mahal natin ang ating bayan,
Pero napatunayan na po natin ito noong nakaraan pa, in the past. Sa gitna ng bakbakan, sa bingit ng kamatayan, hindi ko po iniwan ang mga tropa. At kahit sa ngayon, hindi ko iniwan ang taong bayan, hindi ko kayo iniwan bilang miyembro ng oposisyon sa Kongreso. Kaya po, makakaasa po kayo. Sa lahat ng pagkakataon, ipagtatanggol ko ang Pilipinas at ang kapwa Pilipino. Ako po, si Congressman Gary Alejano, sundalo ng Pilipino, tumatakbong senador, tumataya para sa kinabukasan ng ating mga anak dahil mahal ko ang ating bayan. Maraming salamat po. God bless.
Maraming salamat po, Congressman Alejano. Susunod po, Entrepreneurship Advocate Senator Bam Aquino. Kayo po, 3 minutes.
Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Good afternoon. Magandang hapon sa mga kaibigan ho natin sa Rappler. Of course, our heads here in Ateneo, sa mga estudyante po ng Ateneo, mga nanonood po online, magandang hapon po. Ang tanong po sa akin, what is the leader that I want? Well, sasagutin ko rin po yung tanong na yon. Ako po ang hinahanap ko, isang Senado na independent. Isang independent na Senado na hindi po susunod lamang doon po sa nakaupo, doon po sa boss, doon po sa partido, pero yung kaya talagang makipagsabayan para sa kapakanan ng ating mga pamilyang Pilipino. Ang hinahanap ko po, isang Senado na gagawin ang lahat para sa kapakanan ng ating mga pamilya, pero handa rin pong tumutol at lumaban kung kinakailangan. Kapag meron pong panukalang makasasama, makapagpapabigat, makapeperwisyo sa ating mga kababayan, kailangan ho natin ng Senado na handang tumayo, handang tumutol, handa pong lumaban. Ngunit, kapag meron naman po ang ating mga pamilyang Pilipino na pangangailangan sa edukasyon, sa kalusugan, sa pagbaba ng presyo ng bilihin, kailangan rin ho natin ng Senado na handang magtrabaho doon. Iboto sana ho natin mga taong handang magtrabaho para po sa inyo. Hindi yung uupo lang po at wala pong gagawin o hindi po yung magpapasa ng mga panukala na makasasama sa ating mga kababayan. Ang mga tao po na handang magtrabaho para sa pamilyang Pilipino, ang mga tao po na handang manindigan at protektahan ang taong bayan sa mga panukalang makakasama dito. Ang pangarap ko po, isang bayang maunlad na wala pong naiiwan. Hindi naman ho siguro masama yung pangarap na yon. Isang bayan na lahat tayo, mayaman man o mahirap, merong kakayanang umunlad. At wala pong sektor na napeperwisyo. Isang bayan po na bawat Pilipino mahalaga. Bawat Pilipino pinahahalagahan, bawat Pilipino meron pong dignidad. Hindi po yung tinatrato ka lang collateral damage na wala kang kwenta. Hinahanap po natin isang Senado na kaya magtulak ng mga panukala na wala pong sektor na sa kaduluduluan ng lahat mapeperwisyo. Wala hong drug war na kung saan ang mga inosente po nagiging collateral damage. Wala hong tax reform package na kung saan marami sa mga mahihirap nating kababayang ginawang collateral damage ng train law. Ang hinahanap po natin isang Senadong magtatrabaho para po sa pamilyang Pilipino. Magiging sandigan, magiging kakampi, magiging tagaprotekta ng taong bayan doon po sa Senado. Yun po yung hinahanap ko po. Kaya sana po sa Mayo, iboto ho natin ang buong 8 diretso, si Senator Bam Aquino, at isama na rin ho natin yung mga kasama ho natin dito. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator Aquino. Next up, former Bayan Muna Party List, Representative Neri Colmenares. Sir.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. What is the leader I want? Siyempre po, kayo ang magdidesisyon ng criteria niyo sa isang leader. Ang kailangan nating isang leader, sa aking pagtingin po, ay ang leader na marunong mga lampag sa laban ng taong bayan. Nung bata pa po ako, sabi ng tatay ko, Neri, pag tama ka, tindigan mo. Pero pag mali ka, you must have the humility na aminin ang mistake mo. Kaya ganoon na rin po ang aking pag-exercise niyan sa mahaba kong public service bilang human rights lawyer at bilang kongresista. Pag tama yan, sabi ko, nung nag-file ako dati ng 2,000 dagdag sa SSS pension, sabi nila, suntok sa buwan yan. Sabi ko, paano ka naman makasuntok sa buwan kung hindi ka susuntok? Pagtingin ko, dapat nataasan ang pensyon ng senior citizens. Wala akong problemang ilaban yan kahit mahirap. until in the end, sa sipag at tiyaga at suporta ng ating mga senior citizens na ipasa ang batas. Ang pangalawa po siguro ang katangian ng isang leader na kailangan natin ay yung pagtama, tama, pag mali, mali. Ako naman, kahit sinong leader opisyal sa bansa natin, pag tama ang ginawa niya, wala akong problemang i-recognize yun. Pero pag mali ang isang opisyal sa ating gobyerno, hindi ako nangingiming birahin ka kahit presidente ka pa ng Pilipinas. Yan dapat ang tindig ng isang leader. Hindi siya tumitingin sa hindi ko pwedeng filean ng kaso o TRO ang Meralco kahit mataas ang singil sa presyo ng kuryente. Aba, hindi pwede yan. Nag-file po ako ng kaso laban sa Smart, Globe at PLDT dahil sa mahal na mabagal nilang internet at dapat bilisin nilang internet. Nag-file ako ng kaso laban sa Smart at Globe na naman sa overpricing ng text. Ibig sabihin po, isang senador na hindi siya tumitingin kung may suporta siya dito o wala siyang suporta, malaking kumpanya o maliit na kumpanya, presidente ang kalaban niya, basta ang tama, tama. Yan po si Neri Colmenares. Sabi nila, maingay yan si Colmenares. Minsan po, kailangan Nangalampag tayo para maka-TRO sa Meralco, kailangan ng kalampag dun. Kailangan nating mga lampag para ibaba ang presyo, itaas ang sahod. Tanggalin ang kontraktualisasyon, bigyan ng pondo ang edukasyon. Panahon na rin po na magdala tayo ng kalampag sa Senado. Sana po madala natin ang kalampag ni Colmenares doon sa Senado. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat po, Congressman Colmenares. Next, the head of the Bukluran ng mga manggagawang Pilipino, Labor Advocate Leody de Guzman. Sir, you have 3 minutes.
Hello? Hello. Ayan, pera na. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Ako si Leody, isang dating manggagawa sa pabrika ng garment sa Pasig. 12 years akong naging manggagawa at sumahod ng minimum na 8 pesos noong 1976. For 12 years yan, na minimum na sahod ang tinatanggap. Naging estudyante, nag-graduate, pero hindi ko na nagamit yung aking pinag-aralan dahil kumilos at taglingkod sa mga manggagawa. Tingin ko ako'y karapat-dapat dahil hindi lang sa ako'y bago sa politika, kundi ako'y galing sa hanay ng pinakamalaking sektor ng ating lipunan na walang representasyon sa Senado, 102 years na ang nakalipas. Tingin ko, ito yung panahon, ito yung panahon na kinakailangan nating baguhin ang sistema ng ating politika. Politika na hindi nakabatay sa pera. Politika na hindi nilalatagan ang pera ang dadaanan papuntang Senado, kundi plataforma at track record ng isang kandidato. Madaling mangako ng plataforma. Dahil kung plataforma at plataforma lang ang pag-uusapan, napakaganda na ng plataformang sinabi ng lahat ng politikong tumayo sa ating harapan sa nakalipas na napakaraming eleksyon. Sana kung plataforma lang ang magpapaunlad sa ating bayan, sana'y maunlad na ang ating bayan. Pero ang problema, nasa karakter. Kinakailangan langkapan ng klase ng pagkatao ng isang politiko nagpapahayag ng plataforma. Dahil pag ang taong nagpapahayag ng magandang plataforma ay hindi naman galing sa hanay ng mga mahihirap, hindi galing sa hanay ng maralita, galing sa mga elitista, galing sa trapo, galing sa dinastiya, panloloko lang ang panahon ng eleksyon para pagkakitaan ang ating bayan. Kaya mga kasama, ako'y nananawagan sa inyo na samahan nyo ako, samahan nyo kami ng Labor Win para baguhin natin ang sistema ng ating politika, isang politika na nakabatay sa track record ng kandidato, politika na kumakatawan sa mayorya ng ating mamayan at hindi ng iilan. Maraming salamat at mabuhay po kayo.
Maraming salamat po, Mr. de Guzman. Maraming salamat po. Next, human rights lawyer and founding dean of the De La Salle University College of Law, Chel Diokno. You have 3 minutes.
Sa magandang araw po sa inyong lahat, ako si Chel Diokno. Tunay na karangalan na tinatawag niyo akong woke lolo o lolong mulat. Pero alam nyo, kayo naman ang woke na kabataan. Alam nyo, maraming hindi makatarungan nangyayari sa ating bayan ngayon. Makatarungan ba yung pagbabanta ng chairman ng National Youth Commission na sabi niya tatanggalan daw niya ng scholarship yung mga estudyanteng nagsasalita ng katotohanan? Makatarungan ba yung walang humpay na EJK? Makatarungan ba yung walang katapusan pangungurakot ng mga trapo na yan? Mga buwayan na yan na nasa Kongreso? Alam nyo, pati ang halalan ay hindi na rin makatarungan. Kasi ang ginagawa nila ay padamihan ng tarpaulin. Ang ginagawa nila ay kantahan. Ang ginagawa nila ay tawanan. Pero sandali lang, ang Senado ay hindi naman gawaan ng tarpaulin yan. Ang Senado ay hindi karaoke bar. Ang Senado ay hindi comedy bar. Gagawa po tayo ng batas doon para sa lahat. Pero alam nyo, ayaw pag-usapan ng mga politiko ang katarungan. Ayaw nilang pag-usapan ng katarungan dahil ang ibig sabihin ng katarungan, pananagutan, accountability. At takot sila managot, takot sila mabilanggo. Ayaw nilang pag-usapan ng katarungan dahil ang ibig sabihin ng katarungan ay empowerment. Bibigyan natin ng lakas, bibigyan natin ng kapangyarihan ang mga nasa laylayan ng ating lipunan. Takot sila pag mamulat, pag magising ang ating mga kababayan ay sa susunod na halalan, hindi na sila iboboto. Pero ako po ay wala akong dalang bagaheng ganon. Ako ay isang abogado lang. Ang ipinamana sa aking, ng aking mga magulang ay hindi po makinarya, hindi po baluarte, hindi po malaking kayamanan. Ang ipinamana nila sa akin ay pagmamahal sa inang bayan, paggalang sa dignidad ng tao, at pagmamalasakit sa kapwa. Alam po ninyo, kailangan panahon na nang maging usapin natin itong problema ng hustisya. Hindi ko matatanggap na kayo, mga kabataan, mga anak ko, ay mabubuhay sa isang lipunan, sa isang bansa na baluktot ang hustisya, na kulang ang hustisya, lalong-lalo na sa mga mahihirap natin mga kapatid. Kaya ako handang-handa maglingkod para sa lahat. Thank you po.
That was very loud bell. Thank you, Attorney Diokno. Susunod, the one lady on stage, Civic Leader Samira Gutoc. You have 3 minutes.
I wanted to apologize first. As a mother, sometimes nakakalimutan ko po yung oras. I am Samira Gutoc from Marawi City. Pagpupugay po. Pagpupugay sa akademya at media na ngayon is under the threat. The chilling effect of democratization, undemocratization, in Justicia. When 1/3 of the country, the Mindanao Island, which we love, is under martial law, it is not Philippines at all. When 1/3 of your countrymen does not have the freedom to speak, it is not Philippines at all. When 1/3 of our country is under checkpoint threat, it is not Philippines at all. Ang importante po is a woman who stands without fear, without threat to her life, that she is willing to run alongside giants and along honorable men, that she is willing to fight a fight that is against Goliaths. Samira Gutoc, a nobody. But when Rappler exposed me, resigning from the President's cabinet ba yun? Commission, BTC, in drafting the Bangsamoro Organic Law, Rappler really wanted to know the reason why I resigned. They were asking and asking me despite, sabi ko, please, Rappler, cannot I not be exposed? It is the issue of humanitarian disaster at hand in Marawi Siege. It's the martial law issue at May 23, when all these 500,000 people are grappling for life. It is peace that we long for. 1 minute. It is peace that we long for. Peace education, peace programming. It is not rhetoric. It is not just budgeting. It is not just a way of life. I fight for peace to be a part of our mainstream consciousness, because peace is what we need. For historical reasons, since Marcos period, we've been spending, Rappler has researched, we've been spending millions, if not billions, for war, for conflict, money that should have been spent for basic services, sanitation, water, health, for the poorest of the poor, for us in NCR, in Baseco. Ang problema sa Basilan ay kapareho ng problema sa Baseco. Where you are informal settlers, we do not know where our security and ating bahay is the next day. the issue of internally displaced persons, pinarking siya because there's no money. Governments are afraid for compensation against people who have been displaced by climate change, by Tacloban, by Sendong, by Pablo, by Marawi Siege, by Zamboanga Siege. I fight for people of vulnerability. I fight for children. I fight for women who are left by husbands and they have 10 children. Wala na po silang proteksyon sa batas dahil they have not been trained by our laws. They have been left alone. Ako po ay nanindigan para sa mga inaitsepuera, para sa Pilipino, hindi lang po sa mga taga Mindanao, mga katutubo. Samira Gutoc is here and trying to fight it out. Sana po, konsiderahan siya, Samira Gutoc po.
Thank you, Ms. Gutoc. The question we're answering is, are you the leader we want? Next up, election lawyer Romy Macalintal. Sir, you have 3 minutes.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat, mga kaibigan. Isa sa magandang nangyari sa buhay ko, nang ako'y tumakbong senador, ay nakita ko ng personal ang simbolo ng freedom of the press, si Maria Ressa. Ngayon ko lang nakita ng personal yan, ano? At ako'y natutuwa at nagkaroon ko ng pagkakataon na makilala siya. Ako ho ay tumatakbong isang senador at ang aking pananaw sa isang senado ay isang senado na binubuo ng mga opisyal o mga senador na talagang ang pinag-aawayan ay yung isang batas na kapabubuti sa ating bansa. Isang senado na ang mga senador ay hindi pinag-aawayan ang pork barrel. Hindi pinag-aawayan ang kaban ng bayan ng bansa. At isang senado na binubuo ng mga senador na talagang mayroong tunay na diploma sa eskwelahan. Hindi mga diplomatic diplomas lang. Hindi natin kailangan ng ganyan, mga senador, sapagkat kung ganyang bagay sa isang maliit na bagay ay hindi sila mapagkakatiwalaan, paano pa kaya sa bilyong-bilyong halaga ng pera ng bayan na natin silang pagkakatiwalaan? Ako'y tumatakbo sa advokasya ng isang malinis, matapat, at marangal na panunungkulan sa ating pamahalaan. Ako po ay naging election lawyer ng matataas na pinuno ng ating bansa. Naging abogado ako ng mga pangulo ng ating bansa. Naging abogado ako ng mga senador, gobernador. Halos lahat ng elected officials ng ating bayan, ako ay kanilang abogado. But never in my relationship with all these political leaders of our country did I involve myself in any transaction, in any project of the government na kung saan ako ay makakakuha ng komisyon o anumang benefit sa kanila. I never accepted any governmental positions. I was offered to be the chairman of the Commonwealth 3 times, offered as secretary of the DOJ, Solicitor General, and even chairman of the PNOC. Pero lahat po ito ay aking tinanggihan sapagkat ako'y naniniwala na sa sariling kayod ay kaya kong pabuhay. At yan po ang dinadala ko sa ating bayan ngayon. Honesty and integrity. Kaya lagi kong sinasabi, please, save your last vote for me. For if you save your last vote for me, you save your last vote for honesty and integrity. Yan po lagi sinasabi ko. At sana naman, yung aking mga panukala para sa mga senior citizens, yan po ang dala kong advocacy. At mamaya siguro, may paliliwanag ko kung bakit mahal na mahal ko ang kapwa ko mga senior citizens, ang inyong lolo at lola. Salamat po.
Maraming salamat po, Attorney Macalintal. Very nice to meet you. Susunod po, Labor Advocate Sonny Matula. Are you the leader we want?
Magandang hapon po, mga kasama, mga kaibigan. Ako po I'm not a stranger in this place. 27 years ago, 28 years ago, 29 years ago, Nandi can witness that I was walking along the path of Ateneo. Not because I have no car, but I was working at the Institute of Social Order. And I was working with Father Archie Intengan at the Loyola House of Theology. We were working with Archie for the farmers, translating documents from English to Visaya. But that was the past. When last October I decided to take the electoral venture, I was given a number by the Comelec number 57, but later on it was reduced to 47. And my number is 47. And I think that is fortunate because I remember George Santayana who said, those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it, or those who do not remember the past are condemned to repeat it. Number 47 is an important number. 47 years ago, President Marcos declared martial law in this country. And probably that number 47 should be remembered in the May 13, 2019 election. That never again to martial law. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm running to bring the agenda of the workers to the upper house of Congress. To bring that minimum wage shall be nationalized. Wala na pong kahulugan yung regional wages. Ang trabaho ng karpintero sa Metro Manila ay the same worth as ang trabaho ng mga karpintero sa Negros Occidental o sa Cebu. Ako po si Attorney Sonny Matula, Presidente ng Federation of Free Workers at Chairperson ng Nagkaisa Labor Coalition at ang dadalhin po natin ang tinig ng mga manggagawa sa Senado.
Maraming salamat po, Mr. Matula. The ninth of the candidates on stage that you will hear today is coming up. His last name is a T. Former Quezon Representative and House Deputy Speaker Erin Tañada. He has 3 minutes to answer the question, are you the leader I want? Sir, stage is yours.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. It's good to be back home at the Ateneo. Paano ko po sasagutin, am I the leader you want? Unang-una, tanungin po natin, ano ba ang Senado na gusto po natin? Isang Senado na hindi takot, isang Senado na makabayan, isang Senado na hindi takot aminin kung siya po ay nagkamali. Isang Senado na walang tinatago po sa ating taong bayan. Dahil ang pagtingin po sa Senado kung minsan, old boys club. Yan po ang dapat po nating basagin. Ako po, hindi ko po tinatago na ako po ay kumuha ng bar ng 3 beses para pumasa. Hindi kailangan po sa isang Senado na hindi aaminin kung siya po ay nag-graduate sa Princeton. Kung tinatago po niya yan, ano pa ang pwede niyang itago sa taong bayan? Yun ang kailangan po nating isipin. Pangalawa po, importante na kailangan po natin malaman, katulad po ng sinabi ng lolo ko, ang Senado dapat ay nagbibigay solusyon sa ating mga problema. 3 N po, yung napapabayaan, yung nalilimutan, at yung nakakaligtaan. Ito po yung mga nasalaylayan po ng ating republika. Yung Senado po na nagbibigay ng solusyon dyan, dapat bigyan solusyon yung mga hinaing po ng ating mga magsasaka. Isipin po natin, sila po yung nagpapakain po sa atin. Pero sila po yung pinakamaliit na kinikita sa ating lipunan. Yung coconut farmers po, alam naman po natin, sila po ay lumakbay mula Mindanao papuntang Manila para magamit po yung Coco Levy Fund. Ano nangyari po? Vinito po ng ating Pangulo. Muli, naghihikahos po ang ating mga coconut farmers. Ang kinikita po nila sa isang araw o isang buwan ay less than 2,000 pesos per month. Yan po yung kalagayan po ng ating mga magsasaka. At yan po yung kailangan po natin harapin dahil tayo po ay humaharap po sa rice tarification. meron pa po tayong importation ng iba't ibang mga produkto, yan po yung kailangan po natin bigyan ng solusyon. Problema po ng ating mga manggagawa, nandyan po yung usapin tungkol sa minimum wage, nandyan po yung usapin tungkol sa security of tenure. Yan po yung mga kailangan pag-usapan. Hindi po yan tinetable kahit saan. At dapat ang mga senador hindi matakot pag-usapan itong mga problemang ito. Ako po'y naging isang student leader, naging human rights lawyer, naging mambabatas. Hindi po naging takot na ipaglaban ang mga advokasya po, katulad po ng freedom of information. Kaya ito'y kailangan ipaglaban po natin, maging isa po tayo sa isang senador.
Maraming salamat po, Erin Tañada. Susunod na ang question and answer portion. Use #TheLeaderIWant when posting your reactions and comments on social media. We're also being carried on DZRH Manila plus 17 DZRH satellite stations, DZRH News Television, over more than 800 cable operators like Sky Cable 129, Signal TV 18, GSAT, Satellite, many more. DZRH Facebook also just joined, DZRH Manila, DZRH News Television. Also, don't forget their YouTube channel, along with Ateneo itself, the Gaidon, and also all of the other platforms of Rappler. We're going to take a short 3-minute break. There are 9 candidates in front of you. They've just given us what they stand for, what they believe in, why they are the leader we want. We'll be back. 3 minutes. See you soon. Let's change the people. We have less than 2 minutes, 30 seconds before we come back on. The radio slots are very, very specific. Radyo Katipunan is also on with us. Interstitials, Rupert, if you have.
Even if the military pounds buildings with airstrikes, the enemies can move around from one building to another through these.
Sir, just a follow-up on your citizenship. We understand that you are not a U.S. citizen now, but at any point...
No, I am not. I am a Filipino. I have always been a Filipino. And I have never been a U.S. citizen. I continue to be a Filipino, so that's the end of the story.
Foreign Secretary Perfecto Yasay lies to the CA about his American citizenship.
This is the small road leading to Pavilion, which is a center for sexually abused girls.
Sinabihan kami ng akong angkol na pumasok ako sa bahay.
Calida also defends Duterte's decision to allow the burial of the late dictator Ferdinand Marcos at the Heroes Cemetery.
Former Environment Secretary Gina Lopez is also rejected by the CA.
Justice Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre presents high-profile convicts against the Lima.
The House works on 2 of Duterte's controversial pet bills, the reimposition of the death penalty and the lowering of the minimum age of criminal responsibility.
Ex-Davao Death Squad members spill the beans on Duterte.
The extrajudicial killings and human rights violations night after night.
And thousands die in police operations nationwide.
Demokrasya natin nakabase sa integrity ng institutions.
Catcalling, whistling is actually sexual harassment. So it seems as if you violated your own ordinance.
Because with traffic already this bad in the metro, there will be less driving anyway.
Hello. The program will resume in a few minutes. We would like to thank our partners, Lente and NAMFREL, our school publication partners, the LP Times, Central Echo, Bantay Boto, Amaranth, the USL White and Blue, and the SLU White and Blue. Ateneo groups that Rappler also worked with today are the Ateneo Department of Pol Sci, the Ateneo Sanggunian, APAIR, Ateneo Statistics Circle, Development Society of Ateneo, Ateneo Task Force Election, and the Ateneo Assembly. Groups also present at the event.
Even if the military pounds buildings with airstrikes, the enemies can move around from one building to another through these.
Sir, just a follow-up on your citizenship. We understand that you are not a U.S. citizen now, but at any point...
No, I am not. I am a Filipino. I have always been a Filipino. And I have never been a U.S. citizen. I continue to be a Filipino. So that's the end.
Our program will begin in a few minutes. Everyone, please settle down into your seats. Our program will begin in a few minutes. We'd like to remind everyone to please keep your phones and gadgets on silent and mute throughout the duration of the forum.
And we're back. We're live here in Ateneo. You're watching The Leader I Want, Senatorial. Moving on to our question and answer portion. The Ateneo's Social Sciences and Rapper Breakers Forum, along with our partners in Greenville, Lente and Namfro, are partnered for the event. Viewing them, we're live on our Facebook pages, Ateneo, Rappler, PH News Arena. DZRH is with us also. For those watching on mobile, tablet, and desktop, follow Rappler's live blog where our editors, they're right here, summarized, and they're providing you context of what our candidates are saying behind the scenes, both on the New Leader and on our online poll, vote for the winner in each round. Use the hashtag #LeaderIWant. Okay, for this Q&A, each of our 9 candidates, each of the candidates has 2 minutes to answer the question on the screen. We will do a follow-up question, and then each candidate has another 2 minutes to answer. Again, when you have 30 seconds left, you'll hear this bell. You will hear this when you have 30 seconds left. One more time. One more time. Louder. We'll try not to blast you like we did the first time, right? So, and then when your time runs out, you're going to hear this, the buzzer. And that will be a little bit louder. All right, so the first one will go to Congressman Gary Alejano. Given a powerful executive, a weak Navy and Coast Guard, and the critical role that the Philippines plays in global geopolitics, we all know this, right? How can legislation actually help to protect both our seas and our sovereignty?
Thank you for that question. Unang-una po, titingnan po natin ang ating national interest because all other countries are pursuing their own national interest. If their national interest conflicts with us, our national interest should be the priority. Now, tingnan po natin ang issue sa West Philippine Sea. Hindi ito sa pagitan ng United States and China lang. When they claim 80% of the exclusive economic zone of the Philippines, which is the West Philippine Sea, actually, that is now our issue. That is now our interest. Ang ating mga mangingisda ay hindi makapagpangisda at hindi naman malayang makapaggawa ng mga bagay yan. Ngayon po, we have a weak Navy. Even the armed forces, what can we do? Now, we have one, the arbitral ruling. We can use that to build consensus around the world because all other countries are looking at us. Nanalo na tayo. Then, dahil hindi natin kaya yung warfare, nag-resource po tayo sa lawfare. At yan ang sinusundan ng ibang bansa. Then we can strengthen that so that we can paint China as a bully country does not follow international law. Yan ang ayaw ng China because as a rising power, is protecting its own reputation. Sino bang gusto makapagtransaksyon sa China kung siya ay bully at hindi sumusunod sa batas? So we need to rally the countries around the world to support us. And we should open our engagement with China not only bilaterally, but multilaterally. We should open it to other countries and we should strengthen our leverages. Hindi yung inaawat, minumura natin ang ating kalyado. Ipunin natin, we should make friends. And also, we should have a clear maritime strategy. Unfortunately, wala po tayo niyan. Kaya yung mga stakeholders, hindi namin alam, pati yung mga mangingisda, with the Navy, the police, do not know ano ang role nila sa overall security picture because we don't have that. So I think we need to have. Yeah, that is why I propose the creation of the Department of Maritime and Oceanic Affairs to harmonize all the policies covering our waters.
Sige po, I didn't want you, that was like a cliffhanger. But the follow-up question po, tama, maganda po yung sinabi niyo. Pero if you were to file a bill today that can do what you wanted to do, what would that law be?
Pero din ang sinabi ko kanina, kailangan magkaroon tayo ng maliwanag na maritime security framework. So yun, kailangan magkaroon. At mula dyan, mag-create po tayo ng Department of Maritime and Oceanic Affairs na mag-harmonize ng mga policies of waters. At the same time, yung mga duplicating and overlapping functions sa mga ahensya ng gobyerno ay kailangan ma-harmonize yan. There will be dedicated budget for that, personnel and policies. Now, sa ilalim ng maritime strategy, we should also identify our maritime domain. Because as of now, we don't have that. How can we defend something that we don't know? We should identify that. And also, we should establish articulated sea lanes para maliwanag yung mga international seaborne ships. Hindi po yung patagos-tagos sa ating bansa, nagtatapon ng mga basura na hindi po sumusunod sa batas. Kasi wala po tayo. Dapat magkaroon po tayo niyan. And I also filed a bill to modernize our Philippine Coast Guard, our Philippine Navy, dahil we have one of the longest coastline around the world, around 36,000 kilometers. Bukas-bukas po tayo. Kaya pumapasok ang halos lahat ng kontrabando, dahil hindi naman natin nakikita. So sa legislation, meron na po tayong hangin actually dyan. So kailangan na natin pagtibayin ito. Instead of buying submarines or big ships, we should buy smaller ships. In fact, we should do that here in the Philippines. Develop our defense industry na tayo gumagawa, maliliit yung mga isla na makukuha mo natin.
Salamat po. 30 seconds na. Thank you.
Maraming salamat po.
Aquino, what hard lessons have we learned from the K-12 program, and then how can we equip our public schools to keep up?
Yes, thank you for the question, Maria, no? At sa mga lahat na nakikinig sa atin. Yung mahirap po sa K-12, even if I'm fully supportive of K-12, talagay ko naging mahalaga yung reforma ngayon para makipagsabayan tayo sa buong mundo in terms of years of instruction. Currently, nakikita natin, marami talagang mismatch na nangyayari. Yung grades 11 and 12 po natin, yung pangako po niyan, kung di man kayo magkolehiyo, dapat pag-graduate kayo ng grade 11 and 12. Ready na kayo sa pag-career. And this means that the courses or the tracks being offered to our grade 11 and 12, kailangan po nagmamatch dun sa sitwasyon po, dun sa lugar. Kasi kung ang binibigay naman po ng mga kurso, napakalayo dun sa mga pangangailangan ng trabaho dun sa lugar, hindi rin po mag-match yung ating grade 12 students. Magiging unemployed pa rin po sila. Pangalawa, yung mga guro po natin, kailangan handa rin sila na magturo ng mga kurso na bagay rin po dun sa lugar kung saan kinalalagyan yung mga senior high school natin. So there's a lot of integration that needs to happen. And unfortunately, hindi pa po natin nakikita yan. Kulang pa yung integration natin. Kaya marami pong grade 12 students, kahit may kurso na take-up, may NC2 certification, hindi pa rin sila nakakapasok dun sa tamang trabaho na inanais po nila. And actually, Maria, yung unang batas na ipa-file po natin, isang panukala na siyang we're going to build on the Free College Act na ngayon po mas madali na makagraduate sa kolehiyo and really set up tinatawag nating trabaho center or placement offices both at the grade 12 level and at the 4th year college level for our public schools. Para dito po sa mga center na yan, mas may papalapit ang industriya doon po sa mga kurso na tinitake up ng ating mga kabataan at mas magiging madali yung paghahanap ng trabaho pag-graduate mo ng grade 12 o pag-graduate mo ng 4th year college.
Thank you. Senator Aquino. My follow-up actually takes us a step further, right? In the age of machine learning and artificial intelligence, when the very things that are supposed to be our call centers, for example, even the Navy needs people who understand artificial intelligence. How do we bridge this gap from where we are talking about K-12 and artificial intelligence?
Yes, actually,
hindi lang K-12, no? We're talking about the gaps from grade 12 to the workforce, the gaps from our colleges to the workforce. Ang tinatawag mo dyan yung jobs mismatch. And that's why our underemployment is hitting almost 20%. 1 out of every 5 Filipinos is not working in a job na pinag-aralan niya. And for the industry side, dagdag training po yan, dagdag gastos po yan, bago niya makakuha rin yung mga estudyante para magtrabaho sa kanilang kumpanya. This is where the jobs mismatch needs to be corrected. Kailangan po natin ng reforma dito na ang ating mga industriya, ang ating mga eskwelahan, mas malapit ang ugnayan. Mas malinaw na yung mga industriya sa isang lugar, alam niya o alam ng mga eskwelahan ano yung mga pangangailangan. At kaya ma-manage yung proseso yun. Kasi ngayon po, pag-graduate mo ng kolehiyo o pag-graduate mo ng grade 12, doon ka palang maghahanap ng trabaho. At marami sa mga graduates po natin, kinakabahan, ilang buwan na, wala pa rin trabaho. In other countries, mas malinaw po yung ugnayan na to. They allow the companies, industries, the workforce to be able to work closer with the schools para bago pa mag-graduate, alam na kung saan po papasok. Alam na ng mga estudyante, ano yung mga posibleng trabaho papasukan po natin. So there are ways, best practices all over the world para maibaba po yung jobs mismatch natin. Unfortunately, hindi pa natin ginagawa. At tingin po natin, this is the necessary next reform pagkatapos po ng libreng kolehiyo, gawing mas abot kaya yung dekalidad na trabaho para sa ating grade 12 students at para sa ating fourth-year college students. Salamat po.
Salamat. If I had a little bit more, I'd follow up with technology. But let's move on. Thank you, Senator Aquino. Moving on. Neri Colmenares. Neri, you said that you will work for the repeal of two things: the value-added tax on oil products, electricity and water, and the excise tax under the trade law. Consumers like us would love this, right? We welcome that. But where will the government get the money to fund its services and operations? That's what the government says.
Thanks for the question po. Palagi nila sinasabi mo, mapatal tayo ng tax. Kasi kailangan ng pondo ang gobyerno. In the debates in Congress, I've always pointed to them. Bakit wala pondo ang gobyerno? Nag-plenary debate po, tinanong kong DOF, magkano nawawala sa customs every year due to inefficiency and corruption? 200 billion pesos. BIR, magkano nawawala sa BIR every year due to corruption and inefficiency? 350 billion pesos. Sabi ko, bakit kayo mag-invento ng bagong tax? Hindi nyo nga makolekta ang lumang tax. Ubusin nyo kaya muna yung mga corrupt dyan sa mga ehensyang yan.
Sa amin. That's the first. Second, ang dami-dami po dyan. I've always studied the budget. As a congressman, I believe half of the life of a legislator is on budgeting. Dapat doon nakafocus ang atensyon. Ang dami pong pondo dyan, mga walang kakwenta-kwentang proyekto. Bilyong-bilyong piso para sa mga kalsada na walang patunguhan. Bilyong-bilyong piso para sa mga tulay kahit walang ilog. Mabuti wala silang bilyon-bilyon para magpagawa ng ilog. Kaya sabi ko, don't come to us and say wala kayong pondo. Pag pork barrel, ang dami-dami niyong pondo. Bakit ngayon? Pork barrel, Neri, dapat may pondo ang tao. Sabi ko, pork barrel? Pupondo sa tao? Hindi. Ang pork barrel, dapat ang pondo diretso sa tao, huwag nang sumabit pa sa bulsa ng mga politiko. Yan ang pork barrel nyo. So in the end, sabi ko, you don't need to impose taxes on us. You don't have the moral authority to impose these taxes on us. Maliban sa hindi nyo nakokolekta, ang dami-dami nyo pang pinagwawaldas na pondo ng tao para lang magastusan ang mga luho nyo. That's why I'm very allergic to taxes until and unless government can efficiently collect their old taxes. They have no right to impose new taxes. Maraming salamat po.
Salamat po. Ito po, personal po na tanong. Para po kayo, very outspoken. You're very, very outspoken. But I guess, why are there not more people who speak up? Kayo po, nasa Congress na kayo na yung nakikita nyo po, kung meron po kayong pwedeng gawin na, ba't po ganito ang nangyayari? How do you bring that outspokenness, that courage to others?
Yes. How do I bring that courage? I don't know, maybe. It's probably because at an early age, I suffered certain vagaries in life. No? I was the chairman of Student Catholic Action when I was 18 years old. We were fighting for the return of student councils and school papers. I was arrested during martial law for what? just because I was advocating for student councils and school papers. I was tortured a total of 4 years of my life in prison. So sabi ko, yung karanasang yon, of course natakot po ako. Hindi naman yan 18-year-old, it's trauma to be arrested for 4 years. Pero siguro po, napanday ako doon eh. Alam niyo po, ang human rights, parang goma yan eh. Parang lastiko yan, kung baga sa Bisaya pa. The amount of rights it covers depends on the assertion you exert to push the rubber bands to cover more rights. Kaya natutunan ko na kailangan ng mga lampag ka dyan eh. The major points of our history were brought about by kalampag. EDSA 1 was because people nangalampag. EDSA 2, even the pork barrel issue, atras sila dyan. 1 million people march. All the chachas, ni Gloria and all the chachas of various presidents, dahil po yun sa kalampag. I learned na siguro iba hindi ganun ka ingay or outspoken or passion, but choices naman yan ng tao. But I also feel na there are times when ako reasonable, minsan mabagal ako magsalita, but there are certain points in life you have to assert it, you have to speak out on these issues at dapat kalampagin mo sila. Minsan, ang gobyerno napipilitang gawin ang hindi niya gusto, depende sa kalampag ng tao sa labas ng gobyerno. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat po. We have to take a short break. Everyone, please stay on. We're just taking a short break for all of the folks who are with us on radio. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Check 1, 2, 1, 2. All right.
Alam ko 3 pa rin.
Shall we?
Yeah, 3 ko pala minute.
Welcome back to hashtag the leader I want. All right, in front of us, we're in the Q&A portion. We're at labor rights advocate Leody de Guzman. Leody, how would you convince employers to how would you convince employers to support the security of tenure bill with the end view of ending contractualization? Paano po nila yun gagawin?
Siguro kailangan lang i-remind o paalala sa mga negosyante na dati bang nag-work yung regularization policy ng ating pamahalaan. Mahabang panahon ay regularization policy at umunlad naman ang mga negosyante. Umunlad naman sila. Pangalawa, dapat nilang maunawaan na pagka yung manggagawa ay masaya sa kanilang trabaho, ay nagiging productive sila. Kaya tingin ko dapat nilang matanggap yung katotohanan yun, dalawang bagay na. At saka kung talagang sila may pagmamalasakit bilang work partner ang mga manggagawa, hindi maganda na contractual yung trabaho dahil magiging contractual din ang kita. Dahil lahat ng bagay na ginagamit ng mga manggagawa, pangangailangan ng mga manggagawa bilang tao ay regular. Regular ang pagbabayad ng kuryente, tubig, tuition fee, lahat ay regular. Kaya bukod pa doon, ay dapat i-recognize ng mga negosyante natin yung mga manggagawa ay siyang pwersa ng development, siyang pwersa ng kaunlaran ng ating lipunan. Kaya bilang recognition, ay bigyan siya ng regular na trabaho para magkaroon siya ng regular na kita, para pakainin ng regular na pamilya, bilang recognition sa papel na ginagampanan ng ating mga manggagawa. Dahil kawawa naman yung ating mga manggagawa na siyang hero na tinuturingan ng ating lipunan, pinapapurihan tuwing Mayo 1. Pero huwag naman sanang papuri lamang. Dapat ay bigyan siya ng dignidad. Tiyakin ang kanyang regular na trabaho para matugunan niya yung kanyang pangangailangan.
Sa tingin niyo po, ano po ang naging sobrang political po yung ENDO ngayon, di ba? So, ano po ang dapat gawin? So, sinabi niyo, you look for a win-win with the employer. Pero sa mga, ano po ngayon, security of tenure bill, right? Ano po ang pwedeng gawin? Ano yung may win-win po ba na pwede niyo pong bigay sa employer?
Tingin ko yung dapat ay ibigay naman yung win sa mga manggagawa. Dahil sa mahabang panahon na ay ang win, ang tagumpay ay nandun sa mga negosyante. Siguro itong time na ito, dahil ang layo na ng inabot ng kaunlaran, grabe na ang inabot ng kaunlaran. Siguro ito yung panahon na magkaroon ng biyaya naman para sa ating mga manggagawa. Kaya ang gagawin ko, kung ako'y mapapala rin, gagawa ako ng isang batas na talagang magbabawal sa sistemang kontraktualisasyon. At tingin ko ang dapat makasulat ng eksaktong ibig sabihin ng kontraktualisasyon ay yung isang manggagawa. At para lutong-luto yung pagkakagawa, hindi half-baked. At ang isang eksakto niyan, dapat mawala yung third party. Dapat wala yung middleman na kumukotong din sa amin. Dapat mawala yan. Dahil sa mahabang panahon naman, wala naman yung middleman, wala naman yung manpower agency. At nagkaroon naman ng magandang relasyon yung management at mga manggagawa. At naging maganda naman ang takbo ng kanilang negosyo. Yun lamang po.
Salamat po. Thank you, Leody de Guzman. We move on to Chel Diokno. You've been offering your services pro bono in a number of human rights cases, flag chairman, but to many Filipinos facing charges or those who want to file cases, the only way to be represented in court is the public attorney's office. So how do you propose to strengthen this office that's become wildly political in many ways and improve its personnel and services?
There are some inherent conflicts of interest in the present public attorney's office. They represent both the complainants and the respondents. That should change. That is provided in the charter, but I don't understand the rationale for that. What happens is that when people come to them for assistance, poor people, they help them file the complaint. But when the case reaches the court, the public attorneys say, oh sorry, we cannot handle that case kasi kami ang tumulong sa kanila nung nagsampa sila ng kaso. So ang nagiging epekto ay nawawalan ng representasyon ang mga mahihirap. Kailangan magbago yan. The real intention of the public attorney's office has always been to be a public defender para makatulong sa mga mahihirap sa mga kasong kriminal. Kailangan hindi mawawala yung tungkulin na yan. The public attorney's office as well has to have a more professional approach in terms of their gathering of evidence. Because, for example, in the case of the Dembaxia, they have not allowed other experts, forensic pathologists and others to examine the evidence. And I think it's about time that they accept the fact that when we talk about evidence, that can cut across everybody. All experts should be allowed access to that evidence so that we really know what is true and what is not.
Thank you. Thank you. We've been talking a lot about the law and justice in our country. That's the basis of your platform. But in terms of different administrations, everyone in power has at some point bent the law against political enemies. How do you prevent that, and how do you prevent, medyo personal this one, how do you prevent the lines being pushed so far that the law can be broken by people in power?
We need a justice system that is independent. We need a justice system that can stand up to political pressure. How do we do that? Number one, we have to change the way we appoint our judges. Sobrang utang na loob nila sa Pangulo. Kaya pag may pumapasok sa kanilang kaso, yung mga backer nila ang involved o mismo ang Malacanang, wala na silang magawa. Pangalawa, dapat tigilin na ni Pangulo at ng pamahalaan yung paggagamit ng listahan. They have weaponized lists. If you recall, very early in this administration, the President came out with a narco list that included the name of a dead judge. But imagine the impact of that on the living judges. Ang naisip ng mga judge, kung yung patay nga na judge ay nailagay doon yung pangalan, paano pa kaya kami? In that single stroke, that destroyed the independence of the judiciary. Followed by the attack on the Chief Justice, the removal of Chief Justice Sereno, that laid the last nail on the coffin of judicial independence. We cannot have any kind of real democracy without an independent judiciary. Kailangan na kailangan natin yan kasi kung tutuusin, they are the last bastion and the last protection we have to any kind of authoritarian government. The attack, for example, the use of guns in the war on drugs, sa akin, hindi lang ang mahihirap ang natatamaan yan. Mismo yung ating sistemang legal ang inaatake niyan. By using justice from the barrels of guns, they are actually devaluing justice from our courts. And when that happens, when we lose all meaning in terms of our legal system, only an authoritarian government will be capable of maintaining order. We have to stand up to that. We cannot allow that to happen.
Thank you. Thank you, Chel. Moving on to Samira Gutoc. If elected, what laws will you propose to encourage the women and youth to actively participate in the rebuilding of the Bangsamoro region?
Magandang hapon po, Maria. First is we have a pending plebiscite that has already passed the BOL in terms of the votes that said yes to the BOL Bangsamoro Organic Law. So magkakaroon ng BTA at pinirmahan ng Presidente yung 80 membership ng BTA. Isa pong panawagan po is give justice to the indigenous peoples in the BTA. Dapat po hindi majority Bangsamoro Muslims. Dapat po iba't ibang klaseng mga Bangsamoro and people who live in Bangsamoro should be represented, including young people, young women at that, and I advocate for young Muslim women to be part of the BTA, hindi lang po lalaki, hindi lang po matatanda at MLF, kundi mga kabataang kababaihan. We believe in their capacity and their talent, they shouldn't be excluded. I want a BTA that's empowered and can speak up and speak and be a critical mass and critical member of the Bangsamoro transition because we don't make administrative codes. Importante po ang BTA towards a formal government in 2022 when you elect a future parliament. You need young people to already accept that they can be part of governing, they can be part of deciding, they can be part of crafting administrative codes where a youth commission will be installed. They should be able to be part of political parties. Young people have Bangsamoro. We want legislation to be incorporated, to have blue mags participant in the peace process. We want young women to be part, and our women. Thank you.
Thank you, Samira. When you hear that first bell, you have 30 seconds after that. Yeah. So in this follow-up is actually, I mean, you've talked about Marawi and how the rebuilding isn't really moving, and how that impacts not just our new Bangsamoro, but also radicalization. So ISIS, linked Islamic State fighters in the Philippines took over Marawi for 5 months. What are you seeing? How can we prevent further radicalization, both in the physical world, where martial law is trying to prevent it, but we keep extending it, and in the virtual world, where online recruitment still continues?
Short-sighted, ma'am, ang problem solving on airstrikes alone. You cannot use a military solution alone. It's been traditional, it's been erratic, it was unproductive since the 1970s fighting the Abu Sayyaf War. Having studied Abu Sayyaf for Oxford Center for Islamic Studies, alam ko na kailangan ng pondo for rehabilitation, for education. Education is very much a priority. Dapat hindi pa nagagawa. Can you imagine, ma'am, 2 billion na ginastos natin sa Marawi War? 2 billion could have been 1,000 school buildings or 1,000 libraries. For children to learn that democratization is valuable as a value, hindi po extremismo. Importante po, hindi short-sighted ang solution, problem solving. It has to be long-sighted, kasama kami, parte kami sa Pilipinas, hindi po kami Bangsamoro Muslim alone, we're also Filipino with a nationality and a flag to be proud of. Hindi siya nangyayari ngayon. Some people feel excluded. They don't feel that they're Filipino. My elder grandfather said, Sarwang Ataw, they and I am I. We are not part of this nation. We have got to overcome borders. We have got to overcome, and that's why I'm siguro inspired to run. Importante din, ma'am, Marawi rehabilitation should respect United Nations guiding principles. On internal displacement, it recognizes the right of return. It recognizes the rights of internally displaced persons to craft their future. People-centered rehabilitation, not just for Marawi, but for Sulu, for Basilan, the ravages of war affected, Cotabato blasts, Holo blasts, at Tacloban din po with refugees from the climate change phenomenon. They also deserve to return back, design their home, brick by brick, nail by nail, from their own decision-making. Problema po, government is controlling, government is governing, hindi po collective, participative. We are always repeating the same mistakes of the past. We don't involve people, and they don't feel they're part of rehabilitation.
Thank you. Salamat, Samira. Moving on to Attorney Romy Macalintal. You're the election lawyer of Vice President Leni Robredo. Are present election laws adequate in preventing cheating and fraud? And if they're not, what changes do you propose to strengthen election law?
Salamat, Idol.
Ganda po ng boses nyo.
Alam nyo, ang aking proposal, dapat siguro malaman ng taong bayan ang kahalagahan ng pagboto. Dapat alam natin, bata pa lang tayo, alam natin, ano ba ang importansya ng pagboto? The right of suffrage is enshrined in our Constitution. But how many of us exercise it wisely? Do we know the importance of the right of suffrage? Kaya ako, I always propose that the right of suffrage subject must be included in the curriculum in high school. Kaya sa high school pala na pag-aaralan na ng mga kabataan ang kahalagahan ng pagboto. Hindi yung boto lang kayo ng boto. Nakita lang yung magandang lalaki, iboboto nyo na. Eh kami naman sa 8 Derecho, magandang lalaki at marunong pa. So sino bang pipiliin ninyo? Yung magandang lalaki lang o yung magandang lalaki na marunong pa? Diba? You know, the right of suffrage is very, very important to be understood by our youth. When we vote, we don't only vote for ourselves. Akala ninyo, pag boto ninyo, para sa akin lang ito. No. You vote on behalf of the people who cannot go to the polls. You vote on behalf of the farmers who do not know how to read and write. You vote on behalf of your parents who cannot write the names of their candidates. And you even vote on behalf of the unborn children who also have the right to know what we are doing in this world. The kind of leaders that we need will determine the kind of future that we will have. Kaya kailangan ng pagboto, pangalagaan natin mabuti yan. Kailangan alam natin kung anong ating gagawin. Lalong-lalo na yung mga premature campaigning nga pala, huwag kayong maniniwala dyan. Napalaking ginagastos. Pero anong binibigay sa atin? Babawiin nila yung ginastos nilang yan.
Thank you. Thank you, Attorney Romy. But I'll follow up, sir, in this one, right? I mean, from 1986 until today, in 86 it was guns, goons, and gold, right? And today it's now just changing a zero. What legislation do you think would address these constant problems of cheating, the backroom negotiations that make Filipinos distrust the counting or the process?
You know, I think there's nothing wrong with our laws. Wala akong problema ang ating batas eh. Ang problema rito, yung mga natatalo, ayaw na nang tumanggap ng pagkatalo. Ngayon pa lang, yung kaso ni Vice President Leni Robredo, bakit nagpo-protesta? Hindi dahil sa may pandaraya, kundi dahil ayaw tumanggap ng pagkatalo. We have the best laws all over the world in terms of election. In this automated election, marami nagsasabi, maraming dayaan. But wala po naman napapatunayang pandaraya from 2010 up to 2016 elections. You know, hindi natin kailangan ng bagong batas. Ang kailangan natin mapatunayan sa taong bayan na talaga ang halalan ay maayos. You know, people are claiming, pwedeng madaya. Experts were saying, nadadaya yan. Pero may ebidensya ba ng pagdaraya? In every election, for every ballot you cast in the PICOS machine, there is a corresponding ballot image. Na kung may reklamo kayo sa result ng election, titingnan lang ninyo yung ballot image. If there were 50 million ballots cast, there are 50 million ballot images na titingnan dyan. Sinasabi kayang dayain, pero walang napatunayan. All these people who are claiming na nandadaya, lahat challenge ko na yan. Of the 50 million ballots cast in 2010 up to 2016 elections, just show me one ballot where the vote of A was counted by PICOS in favor of B. Yan, that's the best way to determine kung talagang may pandaraya yung mga makina. Until now, wala pa pong nakakapagpatunay na nagkakaroon ng dayaan sa bilangan. Pero meron bang pandaraya? Meron. Vote buying, terrorism, nandiyan ang badiyan yan. Pero hindi dahil sa makina, dahil sa tao. These are man-made irregularities, but not machine-made irregularities. Kaya sa atin, palakasin lamang natin ang pangangalaga sa ating mga balota.
Thank you. Thank you, Attorney Romy Macalintal. Moving on, Sonny Matula. Professor Matuta. The government wants to modernize the transport sector by phasing out PUJs. While this will help cleaner air, it would also adversely affect the livelihood of more than 400,000 transport workers. How would you deal with this situation?
Nung isang araw, nasa Lipago, nakakausap ko yung mga driver. Paano na bigla na lamang ay huhulihin sila at ihinto yung kanilang operasyon. At maraming maapektuhan na buhay dyan. Yung ating proposal dyan, huwag biglain. Dapat may transition period. Ang sabi ng mga driver na kakausap, bigyan sila ng 3 hanggang 5 taon na transition period para maka-adjust sila sa pagbabago. Hindi naman sila opposed sa pagbabago. Kinakailangan natin yung pagbabago. Subalit bigyan ng pagkakataon ng ating mga manggagawa, ang ating mga driver, para maka-adjust sa sitwasyong ito.
Sige po. So jeepneys po, isa pa po yung problema this one is LTFRB now with technology coming in, with Grab, the impact of this on transport. Ano po ang nakikita nyo na nangyayari na pwede pong, what legislation can you put in place that would find the balance between new technology, the transition that you're talking about that would move us from where we are to where we need to be?
Napaka-importante niya na Maria, no? Alam niyo, sa Singapore ay sila ang pinakahandang bansa para sa 4th Industrial Revolution. Pangalawa lang yung Germany. Ang pinag-usapan dito ay nag-create sila ng isang komisyon na tripartite ang representation. Yung manggagawa, yung employer, at yung gobyerno. At sa isang report ay sila ang pinakahandang bansa para sa Fourth Industrial Revolution. Yung Fourth Industrial Revolution ay yung ang mga manggagawa ay nakipag-engage na sa robot at sa artificial intelligence. Kinakailangan tayong humarap niyan, hindi lamang ang kasalukuyang problema natin ang harapin. Kaya ang proposal natin yan, mag-create tayo ng isang tripartite commission na paghandaan yung Fourth Industrial Revolution.
Thank you po, Professor Matula.
Thank you, Ma'am Ressa.
Moving on, Erin, Tañada, 27.7% of the Filipino workforce are in agriculture as of 2017. You come from a coconut farming region. First, quick assessment of the situation of cocoa farmers, and then second, what legislations needed to improve their lives?
Well, unang-una, Maria, alam natin bumagsak ang presyo ng kopra mula 40 pesos nung panahon po ni Pangulong Noynoy Aquino to around 5 pesos to 12 pesos ngayong taon. Ang nakakalungkot po dito, nagmarcha po ang mga magsasaka sa Nyugan mula Mindanao papuntang Malacanang noong 2014 para igiit na magamit na po yung Coco Levy Fund. Ang Coco Levy Fund po, yan po yung buwis na pinataw po ng Pangulong Marcos noong 1970s and 80s para paunlarin ang industriya ng nyog. Yun po ay 15 pesos kada kilo. At nung panahon na yun, hindi talaga nagamit po yung pondong yan. Ginamit po sa pagbili ng iba't ibang mga korporasyon dito sa ating bansa. Kaya importante po, nung nadeklara po ng Korte Suprema na ito po ay imbued with public interest, itong Coco Levy Fund, at yan po ay para sa industriya ng nyog, sabi po ng Korte Suprema, kailangan yan po ay may balik sa mga magsasaka. Sinubukan po ni Pangulong Aquino noong 2015 na magkaroon po ng executive order para magamit na po yan pagkatapos nagmarcha yung mga magsasaka. Pero sila po ay nabigo dahil na TRO po yung executive order. Si Pangulong Duterte, pinangako po niya, nung siya po ay nangangampanya, ibibigay po niya. Pero ito po ay na-veto ni President Duterte yung ginawa po ng Kongreso. So kami po, ako po, kung ako ay papalarin, isusulong po natin yung batas para magamit po yung 100 billion Coco Levy funds para sa mga magsasaka sa Nyugan.
Thank you. Thank you. The follow-up question for me is, again, this layer of technology, diba? Parang it's a struggle for us all the time how much our world has changed. So we're still struggling getting the cocoa levy, getting our farmers up to get what they need to keep going. But how do we add a layer of technology so that we can compete globally?
Alam mo, Maria, yung problema kasi, napagsanayan na po ng ating mga magsasaka sa Nyugan, yung isang klase lang ng produkto dito sa ating bansa. Yun po ay oil, copras. So, kailangan po, kaya nga po sila naghihirap. Sila po ay kumikita ngayon sa bagsak na presyo na 5 to 12 pesos per kilo. Yan po, that translates to around 20,000 pesos a year or roughly around less than 2,000 pesos a month. So kung magamit po itong Coco Levy Fund sa 100 billion pesos, pwede po tayo maglunsad ng technology training sa ating mga magsasaka kung paano sila pwedeng lalong lumaki ang kita po nila. Pwede po sila mag-diversify. Hindi na kailangan po coco oil ang parating pinuputan o pagbenta po sa mga oil mill. Pwede po gawing coco sugar. Alam rin po natin, nandyan po yung coco water. Nandyan rin po yung coco coir. No? Ito yung mga technology na pwedeng turuan ang ating mga magsasaka para lalong mas malaki po ang pagkikitaan po niya. So ito po yung pwede po nating gawin kapag magamit po natin yung Coco Levy Fund.
Thank you. Thank you so much, former Congressman Erin Tañada. Use hashtag leader I want when you're posting reactions and questions. We're going to take a short break. We're live on DZRH. We're live on Ateneo's own Facebook, on Rappler. We'll be right back. Welcome back to hashtag the leader I want. We're in Leong Hall in Ateneo, and we're coming to you now for the town hall portion. This is where the candidates answer questions from students, teachers, sectoral representatives. They will also answer questions that you've put in, crowdsourced online. For those watching on mobile, tablet, and desktop, you can follow Rappler's live blog where our editors summarize and then they provide context for what our candidates have said. You vote on the mood meter and our online poll. Our online poll is up. Vote for the winner in each round. Please use the hashtag. Here's the online poll coming up. Use the hashtag, the leader I want. Now, here are the town hall mechanics. One student or a civic leader will ask a question. They will bring up two candidates. He or she will choose, right? So a student will choose two candidates. The two candidates have 1 minute to answer. When they have 30 seconds left, you will hear this. Ding! Bell. One more time. Let's try the bell again. Thank you. And when the time runs out, you're going to hear the buzzer. Okay, now, where are the students? Oh, yes, here's the first one. They're lined up. Please introduce yourself, name your two candidates, and go ask your questions.
Okay. Good afternoon. I'm JB Garganera from an environmental NGO, Green Thumb Coalition and Alianza Tigil Mina. My question is for Neri and Leody. And of course, this is an environmental issue, no, from the mining issue. You know, Gina Lopez closed 26 mines and President Duterte himself made a lot of promises to close destructive mines. So what laws will you champion to reconcile destructive mining with the realities of climate change and extreme weather events when we have these landslides and flash floods? Thank you.
Ako muna mauna. Yes. In fact, my first law would probably be the repeal of Mining Act. Kasi Mining Act has led to the onslaught of big mining corporations against the environment, against the indigenous people, against the country in general. That's the first. Second po, alam nyo marami kaming bills dyan sa Kongreso, resolutions to investigate, na itong yung moratorium sa mining, lalo na sa mga lugar na tinatamaan ng indigenous people. That's the second. Yung pag-investigate po natin sa korupsyon sa DNR, sa MGB, I'm sure there are lots of it. Dapat po yung budget natin at ang ating resources gagamitin natin. Bakit napupunta sa transnational corporations? Itong Chacha, threat po sa atin yan. Bubuksan yung ating natural resources to transnational corporations. Kaya ang akin pong panukala dyan, repeal of Mining Act, pro-people mining laws, and labanan ang Chacha, lalo na sa ngayon. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you. Sir, you have 1 minute.
Yung Mining Act natin talagang profit-driven para sa interest ng mga negosyante at walang pakundangan. Lalo na sa pagmumina ng coal na siyang pinakamaruming enerhiya na pinuproduce ngayon. At nakakatakot dahil yung ating gobyerno ngayon ay mukhang i-approve pa yung napakaraming permit para i-operate yung mga coal plant na siyang napakarumi. Kaya tingin ko, pagka ako napunta doon, isusulong ko yung pag-repeal doon sa mga existing na mga...
You still have 30 seconds.
Existing na mga batas na na pro-capitalist lang, dapat ay protection ng taong bayan, ng ating kalikasan para pangalagaan ang ating kapaligiran.
Very excellent. Thank you, Leody de Guzman, Neri Colmenares. The next question. Let's go up. Please introduce yourself and name the two candidates you want to ask.
Okay. Hi, my name is Micaela Bona. I'm a political science major here in Ateneo, and I'm a member of the Sanggunian. So my question is for Sir Gary Alejano and Attorney Chel Diokno.
Please take the podiums.
Okay. My question is, what law would you propose to prevent China from encroaching further in the West Philippine Sea? And as Senator, how could you help implement the UNCLOS?
Well,
nabanggit ko kanina na kailangan natin magpasa ng isang batas na mag-cover ng ating karagatan. This is the Department of Maritime and Oceanic Affairs para magkaroon ng harmonization ng ating mga policies, including agencies of government operating in our waters, hindi magkaroon ng duplication and overlapping. So dapat magkaroon tayo sa ilalim ng isang maritime strategy. Our country should have a clear national security policy. Kasi as of now, paper lang, it remains a paper, hindi nga maintindihan ng different cabinet members. That's the reason why they don't appreciate the implication of security sa West Philippine Sea. Kaya nga, bahala na yung armed forces, bahala na police, but they don't appreciate na mayroong long-term implications sa ating bansa. We should strengthen our armed forces, we should strengthen our Coast Guard, and at the same time, kailangan patibayin natin ang Benham Rights Development Commission and itong development ng ating West Philippine Sea.
Thank you. Gary Alejano. Chel Diokno, you have a minute.
The Constitution itself guarantees that we should have an independent foreign policy. We don't really need a law to implement that. The question is, and I think the Congress should exercise its oversight function to ensure that our policy is truly independent, not just of China, but of any other country, including the United States. What I really am concerned about is the lack of transparency and the lack of accountability about the agreements that our government is signing with the Chinese government. As early as how many months ago, several senators filed a resolution asking for the government to disclose the terms and conditions of these agreements, but until now they have not. And we have heard so much about how onerous these agreements are. And I fear that this is going to lock in not only us now, but future generations of Filipinos. So we have to do something about this. Maraming salamat.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the question, Gary Alejano, Chel Diokno. Next question. Up to the mic, please. Introduce yourselves and name the two.
Hi, good afternoon. I am Elena Romero from the Center for Migrant Advocacy. My question is addressed to Ms. Samira Gutoc and Sir Sonny Matula. So my question is, what can Congress do to compel countries of destination to take equal responsibilities for our migrant workers? And do you think deployment bans are effective as tools for protecting our migrant workers? Thank you.
Yes, as an OFW daughter, Alena, importante po na the country of destination where we go, may agreements na tayo. Dapat po we've already had existing agreements for them to protect our labor as well. Importante po, darating ka doon, alam mo na pinoprotektahan ka. There's already briefing, information and education for domestic helpers here. What ang daratnan mo? Are you alone with a man inside the house? Anong edad ng mga anak? Anong mararatnan mo doon sa Middle East, sa US, wherever? Importante, there's mutual agreements, bilateral agreements by which we protect labor, mutually agreed upon, and the terms of conditions, holidays must be ensured. I also want deployment bans against countries that do not respect human rights, especially for women. We should be assertive. We should be assertive and assert towards countries that if you do not respect and even take hold of our passports and intolerable conditions, labor conditions, there should be a ban on countries para sila ay matuto at wag la tayong binabasta-basta.
Thank you, Samira Gutoc. Sonny Matula, you have a minute.
Akala ko pang bar question yung tanong eh. Pero pang tunay na buhay yung tanong. Ang sagot ko diyan, tama si Senator Gutoc sa kanyang sagot at sang-ayon ako doon. Pangalawa ay kinakailangan siguro ang gobyerno ay aktibo na iban yung mga bansa na palaging inaabuso yung ating mga migrant worker. 90% ng mga reklamo ng migrant worker ay sa Middle East. Siguro tingnan natin mabuti yan kasi yung mga domestic workers natin ay palaging biktima at sa mga complaints sa Department of Labor, 90% ay mga domestic workers sa Middle East. Siguro piliin na natin dyan ang bansa na ibaban yung ating mga domestic workers dyan. Pangatlo, ay siguro dapat maging aktibo tayo doon sa ILO Convention 189 na niratify natin yung decent work for domestic worker na may mga provision na nagpoprotekta ng ating mga kababayan laban sa pang-aabuso.
Salamat po, Sonny Matula, Samira Gutoc. Excellent. Fifth question, please introduce yourself and name your two candidates.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Jessica Gayo. I'm a fourth-year student of Ateneo, and I'm the editor-in-chief of Matanglawin Ateneo. The question is for Sir Bam Aquino and Sir Gary Alejano. The question is, what do you think of the rise of disinformation in the social media landscape? And as a legislator, what will you do to curb it?
Ay, hindi ko nakuha yung question.
Again, the question is, what do you think of the rise of disinformation in the social media landscape? And as a legislator, what will you do to curb it?
Well, sa totoo lang, napakahirap ito i-curb. No? Kasi nga, alam nyo, hindi natin makontrol sino nagpapalabas dyan. But of course, ang gobyerno natin mismo ang mangunguna dito. And sa isang trabaho ng isang legislator, yung oversight function, we should always be ready to call on the attention of different sectors and organization sa hearing para tingnan na magsulong sila ng truthful reporting of facts. Kasi right now, hindi natin malalaman kung sino ang nagpapropagate na itong fake news. But it's good that we have this cyber libel and we should strengthen that. Dapat subukan talaga natin because parang nasanay na tayo na sa fake news, nasanay na tayong murahin, parang wala tayong nagagawa. No? So it's a matter of implementation.
Jessica, right? So maraming salamat sa tanong. Alam mo, Jessica, isa ako sa pinaka-trolled na kandidato ngayon. As we speak, I'm being trolled, I'm sure. No? Naging part na siya ng ating politika. And maraming mga naghain ng posibleng batas dito, pero double-edged kasi yung batas pagdating sa cyber libel or pagdating sa curbing freedom of speech. Pwede rin yan magamit para kitilin yung boses ng taong bayan. So para sa akin, hindi lang batas yung solusyon, yung pinakasolusyon para malabanan natin yung fake news. Yung mas maalam na mga kababayan natin, a more active citizenry, our youth and our people who know that there is such a thing as fake news, people are willing to call it out and not just keep quiet. Not just fake news about yourself, but fake news about anybody. Dapat handa tayo na i-call out yan at labanan yan bilang isang taong bayan. Now, yung pinagkaiba natin from 2016, ngayon, alam na ng Pilipino na merong fake news at yung kinakaya nila sa machinery, palagay ko kakayanin natin sa ating mga volunteers na nagmamahal sa katotohanan at willing na lumaban online at maging online warriors nating lahat. Salamat. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for the question, Gary Alejano, Bam Aquino. Next one, question number 5. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Jego Yap from the Ateneo de Manila University. I have a question for Mr. Sonny Matula and Sir Neri Colmenares. Sir, good afternoon po. My question is, what is your stand on the minimum age of criminal responsibility? And how should we deal with with children in conflict with the law?
Yung batas sa kasalukuyan na 15 years of age yung responsibility, ay isang-ayon ako doon. At kung mas mababa pa dyan, siguro ay hindi yan nasa advantage ng ating mga kabataan. Yung mga kabataan below 15 ay mga biktima lamang ng mga sirkumstansya na kanilang nilalagyan.
Definitely, oppose po kami dyan sa bill na yan at boto namin dyan, no. Sabi nila ang dahilan kasi ang mga bata daw ginagamit ng mga sindikato sa krimen. So ang sagot ko talaga dyan, o diabolin yung sindikato, porque pala't hindi nyo mahabol-habol yung mga sindikato na yun, sa bata nyo ibabaling yung punishment? Oh my God, that's really horrible if you're going to think about that. Biktima na nga ang bata ng mga nakakatanda ng mga sindikato, you will twice victimize the youth? That's really horrible. And for me, my position there is no. Ang alam nyo, ang penal system, ang philosophy ng penology ngayon, hindi na siya an eye for an eye. Hindi na siya yung mga deterrence. It's rehabilitative. At sa karanasan natin, pag kinulong mo ang bata, lalo pa nga, chances are, lalong maging criminal yon. So tama lang ang posisyon ng karamihang mamamayan, no sa lowering of criminal age of criminal responsibility. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you. Neri Colmenares, Sonny Matula. Up next, 6th question, please.
Hi, good afternoon po. I am Jinky Esguerra from Philippine Movement for Climate Justice and Green Thumb Coalition. My question is addressed to Senator Bam Aquino and Mr. Romy Macalintal. As you all know, our country, the Philippines, is the most vulnerable, among the most vulnerable countries to climate change. Like super typhoons, we have sea level rise, the longer droughts. So do you think how can we reduce the vulnerability of our country to these impacts based on the four thematics of Philippine Disaster Reduction and Management Act, or RA 10121? And by the way, the four themes are: one, preparedness and prevention and mitigation; two, preparedness; three is response; and fourth is rehab and recovery.
Para sa akin kasi, matagal na nating problema yung climate change. Ano, Climate change dahil sa napakadaming destruction sa ating environment. Yung mga punong kahoy na lamang ay kung ano nung ginagawa ng mga illegal loggers. Tayong mga estudyante, Ateneo, Lasal, laging naglalaban sa basketball. Bakit hindi kaya paglabanan ninyo na adopt a forest, adopt a mountain, na panot ng punong kahoy? Paglabanan ninyo, sino kaya sa inyong dalawa ang makakapagtanim na magagandang punong kahoy? At pag-aralan ninyo, palagay ko kung ang lahat ng mga eskwelahan ay lahat i-require nila na magtanim ng isang punong kahoy ang bawat mag-graduate sa atin, ay hindi maproblema ang climate change sa ating bansa. Kaya hinahamon ko ang lahat ng pamantasan, wag lamang basketball ang pag-usapan natin paglabanan. Pag-usapan natin, adopt a forest. At doon, magtanim, tingnan natin kung sino mananalo, kung sino may pinakamaganda, at tiyak, gaganda ang ating kapaligiran.
Thank you.
Bilang isa sa mga pinaka-vulnerable na bansa, kailangan nangunguna tayo pagdating sa climate change legislation. No, kailangan nangunguna tayo sa buong mundo at pinapakita natin na ang isang bansa gaya natin kayang makipagsabayan sa ibang mga bansa pagdating sa pagproprotekta ng ating kalikasan. So yun, napakahalaga nun. Now, pag nakita mo yung cycle ng disaster relief, preparedness, disaster relief, etc., ang kulang talaga sa atin yung rehabilitation. Yung preparedness, through the years, I think we have improved greatly. Makikita mo yan dun sa pagbaba ng dami ng mga namamatay. Pero yung kulang talaga natin at hinahanap ng ating taong bayan, yung kakayanan natin na mag-rehabilitate kaagad. Maayos yung mga bahay, maayos yung infrastruktura, makapagbigay ng tulong kaagad sa mga nasalanta. Yun yung isang bagay na meron pa tayong pagkukulang. But climate change is already part of our lives. Nandiyan na yan. Hindi dapat tayo nagugulat kapag merong nangyayaring dilubyo. Dapat handa tayo, hindi lang at the point of disaster, but more importantly, to be able to stand up and build back better. Salamat. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bam Aquino, Romy Macalintal. Let's go to the seventh question. Your name and your two candidates.
Good afternoon. I am Gideon Benzuela from 3AB Political Science. So my question is for Ma'am Samira Gutoc and former Congressman Erin Tañada. So this is my question. How should we view the problem on illegal drugs? And given that view, how should we address it?
Your name is Mr.
Gideon Benzuela.
Yes, illegal drugs is not just a criminal issue. It is at the root of our problems as a society. Hindi tinitingnan kung saan nanggaling ang depresyon o kakulangan ng serbisyo. Why do young people engage? Why do elders engage? Why may mga sindikato? Tinatanong ba natin ang roots of criminality, roots of drugs? Illegal drugs must be targeted at the source. Are we guarding our waters that bring in the shipments ng tonelada at pinapatay natin ang mga naka-short pants na mga bata at mga kabataan at tambay? It is not about a grieving a woman. It is about a grieving population that is threatened by a societal issue of not addressing it at the roots. Importante po, government should address the structural, the governance issue, the corruption from within that we are not able to address, the PIDEA concerns, and we should also address why the young people do it. As a senatorial, I will look into that.
Thank you. Samira. Erin,
Yes, thank you. It's a social issue. It's not a criminal issue. So what we have to do is ensure that the infrastructure in rehabilitation and restoration of our young people who are involved in drugs are in place. Ang problema po natin, kulang po tayo sa government support dyan. As a matter of fact, ang rehab natin, mas marami ang private kesa sa gobyerno. So ito yung kailangan po natin bigyan ng pansin. Pangalawa, syempre, yung usapin ng supply, kailangan habulin po yan ng ating gobyerno. Hindi yung maliliit na pushers, yung big fish, katulad ni Peter Lim, hanggang ngayon, nawawala, hindi pa nahuhuli. Yun lang po. At just to go to climate change, meron po tayong batas na kailangan ma-implement. No? Yung People's Survival Fund, please look into it. That is a 1 billion fund every year na dapat magamit ng mga communities para sa mitigation ng effects ng climate change. Sayang po yan.
Thank you. Thank you, Erin, Tañada, Samira Gutoc. The last crowdsourced question. Up to the mic, please.
Good afternoon. I'm Vincent Lazatin. I'm a fourth-year student. No. I'm a good governance and anti-corruption advocate, but this afternoon I asked my question as the host of a vlog called Right of Way, which covers traffic transport and road safety. So before I get to my main question, lightning round. For all the candidates, just a quick yes or no. If elected to the Senate, if you don't already, do you commit to ride public transportation at least once a month? A simple yes or no, starting with Gary Alejano. Yes. Samira, yes. Bam, yes. Macalintal, yes. Everybody, yes. Okay, good. Okay, the main question. A year ago this month, 19 people died when the bus they were riding fell into a ravine in Sablayan Occidental, Mindoro. In the same month, 7 people died in Taal, Batangas when a 10-wheeler truck plowed into them at a roadside eatery. Each of the drivers of those 2 vehicles claimed they lost their brakes. In fact, if you do a quick search on the internet of road crashes involving trucks and buses, in a majority of them, the driver will claim that he lost his brakes. Without a better understanding of what really causes these crashes, was it driver error, bad road design, substandard vehicles? Then we are doomed to continue to suffer from road fatalities and injuries. The World Health Organization estimated that over 11,000 people die annually in road crashes in the Philippines. They are the #1 cause of death for 15 to 19-year-olds. So I'd like to address a question. Since we are in the land of blue, I'd like to address the question to the 2 men wearing green. Chel Diokno and Erin Tañada. My question is, what is your understanding of the problem of transport-related deaths and injuries, and what you propose is the solution?
Yung Ateneo muna.
Syempre, dahil... Hindi, dapat lasal na muna. Host kami.
Gusto mo, mag-basketball na lang tayo. Okay, ako na lang, sige, ang mauna. You know, it's a question of justice and it's a question of evidence. Madali lang sabihin na, ay, nawalan ako ng preno. But actually, that can be determined scientifically. We can find out whether that vehicle was really malfunctioning or whether that was a problem of the driver. Many instances of that, we lack the proper investigation. We lack not only the personnel, but the equipment to find out what really happened. In other countries, especially the developed countries, they have even accident reconstruction experts who will look at the scene, do the proper investigation, measure everything, and determine who was at fault. I think we need to move in that direction.
I'll take it from a different point of view. I look at it as lack of enforcement of laws, no? Especially with regard to the safety of the buses. It has been known that our LTFRB does not do the regular checks on buses on whether they are roadworthy or not. And because of this, these accidents happen. So, para sa akin, enforcement of laws ay kailangan. Kailangan yung implementing agency na task na kailangan tumingin dito, gawin ng trabaho niya.
Thank you. Thank you both, Chel Diokno, Erin Tañada. Thanks, Vince. We have one more question. There was a pahabol that came in from the crowdsource. Please go up and introduce yourself.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Christina Masahon, and I would like to ask a question to Attorney Macalintal and Sir Leody. would you support charter change? Why or why not?
You know, when you speak of charter change, there are two things to be considered. When you change a provision of the charter, you make an amendment or do you make a revision? When you amend only a certain portion of the Constitution, and when you revise the entire provision of the Constitution. From the point of view of some observers of the present Chacha issues, it seems that ang gusto nila ay revision of the Constitution, a change in the system of our government. For me, it is not the system of government that is the problem. The problem is the people running the system. Hindi natin kailangan palitan ang saligang batas. Ngayon pa lang, wala tayong panahon para dyan. Ang dapat natin palitan ay yung mga taong hindi nagtatrabaho sa pamahalaan. Yung walang iniisip kundi magpayaman sa ating pamahalaan. Hingi tayo ng pagbabago, pero ang ini-elect ninyo puro luma. Kami ay mga bago, kaya subukan naman ninyo kami.
Kung charter change, ako sana gusto kong baguhin pero hindi sa panahon ngayon ni Pangulong Duterte. Yung resolution of both houses number 15 ay talagang self-serving para doon sa mga dynasty, para sa mga matatakaw sa posisyon. Kasi gustong alisin ang term limit, tapos yung political dynasty ay gustong burahin doon sa ating konstitusyon. Napaka-self-serving nito. Ang gusto kong konstitusyon ay yung isang konstitusyong totoong nagbibigay proteksyon doon sa ating mga pangkarniwang tao. Kahit yung konstitusyon 1987, mas malaking porsyento niyan ay property protection. Kaming mga manggagawa at mga mamayan, wala nang property, kaya wala kaming pinoproteksyonan doon sa konstitusyong yon. Gusto ko rin namin baguhin. Kaya lang, yung RHB 15 ito, hindi dapat ito. Mukhang para kay Duterte lang to. Maraming salamat.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the questions. Okay, you have been watching #TheLeaderIWant. 9 senatorial candidates from Ocho Derecho, Makabayan, and Labor Win. We're going to take the last break, and then when we come back, you're going to hear the parting words from these 9 candidates. I'm Maria Ressa. We'll be right back.
Even if the military pounds buildings with airstrikes, the enemies can move around from one building to another through these.
Sir, just a follow-up on your citizenship. We understand that you are not a U.S. citizen now, but at any point...
No, I am not. I am a Filipino. I have always been a Filipino. And I have never been a U.S. citizen. I continue to be a Filipino, so that's the end of the story.
Foreign Secretary Perfecto Yasay lies to the CA about his American citizenship.
This is the small road leading to Pavilion, which is a center for sexually abused girls.
Sinabihan kami ng akon angkol na pumasok ako sa bahay.
Calida also defends Duterte's decision to allow the burial of the late dictator Ferdinand Marcos at the Heroes Cemetery.
Former Environment Secretary Gina Lopez is also rejected by the CA.
Justice Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre represents high-profile convicts against the Lima.
The House works on 2 of Duterte's controversial pet bills, the reimposition of the death penalty and the lowering of the minimum age of criminal responsibility.
Ex-Davao Death Squad members spill the beans on Duterte.
The extrajudicial killings and human rights violations night after night.
And thousands die in police operations nationwide.
Demokrasya natin nakabase sa integrity ng institutions.
Catcalling, whistling is actually sexual harassment. So it seems as if you violated your own ordinance.
Plus, with traffic already this bad in the metro, there will be less driving anyway.
It's 2019 na. Ano ba plano mo? Dad, but it's been... I know. So when? Luis, kailan mo ba ako ililibre? Libre?
Game! Easy! With the new Shakey's 2019 meal deal. 2 pizzas, 2 pastas, chicken and mojo, salad and drinks. Plus the new apple crumble pizza.
And a free supercard.
All for just 2,019 pesos.
Ano ba talaga plano mo? Kain na lang, Dad.
welcome back. This is hashtag the leader I want Senatorial Forum 2019. It's been really great to hear our candidates' thoughts. We're asking them now, 9 of them, to give us their parting words. First up, let's start. Gary Alejano. You have a minute.
Una-una maraming salamat po, Ma'am Ressa, at sa inyong lahat sa pagbibigay ng panahon. Alam niyo po, lahat tayo ay laging nagsisigaw ng pagbabago tuwing eleksyon. Hindi lamang tuwing eleksyon, kundi araw-araw. But I would like to emphasize na yung pagbabago ay hindi lamang sa presidente. Hindi lamang sa ilang politiko sa amin. Nasa kamay yan ng kada Pilipino. Hindi dapat natin isusuko ito. Lahat tayo ay dapat i-assert ang karapatan na ito dahil ang kinabukasan ng ating bansa, ng ating mga anak ay nasa ating kamay. Pero we should be equipped. You should be equipped para may tama kayong desisyon pagdating ng eleksyon. Hindi lamang nakikita natin sa Facebook, wala namang sustansya. Nagsasabing mahirap, pero limpak-limpak naman ang salapi. Ang implikasyon ng mga nangyayari ngayon ay long-term. Itong compromising ways with China, itong war on drugs sa libu-libong namamatay, kung papayag po tayo na patuloy ito, then, huwag nating hayaan na babagsak ang bansa. Salamat po.
Gary Alejano, ladies and gentlemen. Bam Aquino.
Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Alam niyo po, lahat ng mga tanong ngayon mula sa transportasyon, train law, endo, migration, edukasyon, lahat po yan ang punot dulo kahirapan. At ang tanong ho, para sa mga boboto ngayong Mayo, sino po ba sa mga senador ang talagang magbibigay ng importansya sa ating mga kababayan, especially po yung mga naghihirap? Sino po yung magbibigay ng halaga sa ating mga mahihirap na kababayan? Hindi itatrato na numero lamang, hindi itatrato na pang-collateral damage lamang, pero talagang bibigyan ng dignidad at halaga ang bawat Pilipino. Magbibigay ng tamang tulong sa edukasyon, sa kalusugan, sa pagbaba ng presyo ng bilihin, at handang tumayo at manindigan kapag may panganib sa mga pamilyang Pilipino. Sino po ang mga taong yon? Sana po maisip po natin ang 8 Diretso, mga kasama ho namin ngayon, palagay ko mga tao na handang ipaglaban kayo, handang magtrabaho para sa inyo, at handa po na kampihan kayo at wala ng iba doon po sa Senado. Maraming salamat. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you, Bam Aquino. Up next, we'll hear the parting words of Neri Colmenares. Neri.
Neri Colmenares po, ordinaryong tao. Hindi naman ako galing sa malaking political clan, hindi ako artista, hindi naman ako po artistahin. Marami pong kandidato magsasabing makamahirap ako, environment ako. Siguro it's about time we transcend the promises. It's very easy to make promises. We should go for the track record. And if they really walk the talk. One problem, if you don't appear in the debates, probably you're not going to walk the talk. Yan po ang ating sinasabi dyan. Kakampi niyo po ako sa laban doon sa Kongreso. Kakampi niyo ako sa laban sa pagpataas ng sahod at pensyon para tanggalin ang kontraktualisasyon, para ipababa ang presyo sa pamamagitan ng pagtanggal ng VAT sa kuryente, tubig at langis, repeal ng excise tax ng train. Laban sa China, nangangamkam ng ating teritoryo, dapat po tutulan. Neri Colmenares po, kakampi niyo sa Kongreso, kakampi niyo sa Senado, call me po. Maraming salamat.
Neri Colmenares. Thank you. Thank you. Up next, Leody de Guzman. You have the stage.
Maraming problema, pero may puno yung problema eh. At tingin ko, ang puno ng problema ay yung paghahalal ng ating mga kapitbahay, ng ating mga kababayan, ng mga taong ang interes ay hindi naman para sa bayan, kundi para sa pamilya. At para magawa nila yon, gumagastos ng limpak-limpak na salapi. 420 million na kaagad. Ngayon pa lang ang nagagastos. Ay walang pag-asa talaga pagkaganyan ng ating klase ng politika. Kailangan bagong politika ng masa na nakatuntong sa interes ng bawat individual na mamayang Pilipino. Iligtas natin ang bayan. Ang ating bayan ay perlas ng silangan. Huwag na nating hayaang maging silangan na lamang ang matira. May pag-asa pa tayo. Mabuhay kayo lahat. At Leody de Guzman, number 23 po sa balota. Maraming salamat.
Thank you. Leody de Guzman, thank you. Chel Diokno, you have the stage.
Kaming mga Thunders, actually marami kaming kasalanan sa inyong mga kabataan. Marami sa amin ay hindi umimik dyan sa mga EJK at yung iba't ibang kabalbalan at kabastusan na lumalabas ngayon. At marami rin lumalapit sa akin, mga kabataan, sabi nila, ako daw ang inyong inspirasyon. Pero ang katotohanan, kayo ang nag-i-inspire sa akin. Si Kiki Mahinay ay 23 years old. Ito po ang sinulat niya sa Inquirer. Sabi po niya, I was a huge fan of Tatay Digong. I voted for him and wholeheartedly supported his campaign. Pero dagdag niya, I am a woke person now and I ask, how can we improve our justice system when we find EJKs to be the solution? How can a leader make fun of sexual assaults and rape? How can the government rehabilitate beaches while refusing to do the same with human beings? Kaya ang panawagan ni Kiki, I hope each of us would learn to see with both eyes beyond the DDS and yellow tags. Our politicians do not deserve our loyalty. Our country does. The Filipinos of my generation may not be worth dying for, but those of your generation are worth every drop of my blood, for you are the soul of our nation. Maraming salamat po.
Chel Diokno, thank you. The soul woman, Samira Gutoc, you have the stage.
Sa'yo, kababaihan, young woman who intimated to me that you experienced sexual violence in that campus that refused to release the records of that two men who did something harm to you. I will fight for you. To women who are solo parents, na iiwanan ng asawa, ng OFW, wala man lang annulment decree, hindi man lang nagkorte, honorable decree of annulment, I will fight for you. Kayong mga senior citizens, wala pong nagpa-fight for you that are for your activities, for your our barangay health workers, I would fight for you. Ako po, hindi ni barangay dinaanan. I've never been elected. I've just been appointed 1 year under President Aquino as a legislator, 3 months, 5 months under President Duterte. But I resigned because of a rape joke. There's this woman, she's Muslim. Other people think she's conservative. She can't enter a church. Tinrol siya, binasha 27,000 times. But I'm here to say, I'm a bridge. I'm a bridge of friendship. I'm a bridge of relationship. Now's the time to remove borders. Now is the time to remove all the blindness that we are undergoing. Samira Gutoc po, ready to serve you.
Thank you. Samira Gutoc, thank you. Romy Macalintal, the man with the golden voice, you have the stage.
Mga kaibigan, nasabi na namin ang mga posisyon namin sa iba't ibang issue. Gusto ko mamanawagan sa ating kabataan. Pakisabi sa lolo't lola ninyo, sa mga persons with disability. Nangangako si Atty. Macalintal ng additional discounts para sa kanila. Pagdating ng 70 years old, 30% ang discount sa gamot. Pagdating ng 80 years old, 40% ang discount sa gamot at mga medical services. Pagdating ng 90 pataas, 50% ang discount niya. Pakisabi kay lolo't lola ninyo yan. Alam po ninyo, regalo nyo na lang kay lolo't lola na iboto nila ako at ang aming kasamaan. Napakaliit na bagay po yan. Kasi hindi ko po magagampanan lahat yan kung hindi nyo kami iboboto. At ito, tandaan po ninyo ito. Tatanda at lilipas din ako. Ngunit may mga batas akong gagawin para sa inyo doon sa Senado. Maraming salamat. Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat.
Romy Macalintal, thank you. Sonny Matula, Professor, you have the stage.
Maraming salamat, Maria, Milay, kilala ko ito, si Che, si Vincent. Kasama ko rito yung anak ko, si Isabel Matula. At yung mga unionista dito, si Julius at saka si Joel sa FFW. Alam niyo, hindi importante si Sonny Matula dito eh. Ang importante ang agenda ng mga manggagawa sa Senado. At palagay ko, ang pangkalahatang kapakanan ay hindi makakamit kung wala ang agenda ng mga manggagawa sa Senado. Sinabi ko ito noon at sasabihin ko ulit, ang mga manggagawa ay huwag matakot sa kapangyarihan. Dapat panghawakan ng mga manggagawa ang kapangyarihan para makamit natin ang direksyon para sa pangkalahatang kapakanan. Sa darating na Mayo 13, 2019, ilagay natin ang agenda ng manggagawa bilang pambansang agenda. Alam nyo, si Lee Kuan Yew, labor lawyer, katulad ni Attorney Sonny Matula, ay dahil ang agenda ng manggagawa ang dinala niya, kasama ang manggagawa sa parlamento, ang isang third world country ay naging first world country, ang isang sleepy village ay naging center of business all over the world. Kaya dapat mabago na natin ang ating sitwasyon, manggagawa naman sa Senado. Maraming salamat.
Salamat po. Sonny Matula. And when you go alphabetical order, the man in green, Erin Tañada, you have the stage.
Maraming salamat po, Rappler. Maraming salamat po, mga tenista at sa lahat na nanonood po. Kung gusto po ninyo ng isang Senado na matapang, kung gusto po ninyo ang isang Senado na independent, kung gusto po ninyo ang isang Senado na makabayan, o kung gusto ninyo ang isang Senado na naghahanap ng solusyon, dapat po iboto po ninyo yung mga tao talagang karapat-dapat. Hindi takot humarap sa kahit anong forum porket sila'y mataas sa survey. Ang importante po na kayo mismo, hindi lamang boboto. Kung gusto ninyong baguhin ang imahe ng Senado, kailangan po lahat tayo lalabas sa ating paaralan para ikampanya o mag-educate ng ating kapwa. Dito po ako nag-aral, sabi na lolo ko, Erin, kung gusto mo malaman yung kalagayan ng ating lipunan, pumunta ka sa mga manggagawa at magsasaka. Dito sa Ateneo, nakatulong po ang iba't ibang mga professors dito para malaman ang kalagayan ng mga manggagawa at magsasaka. Kaya importante po, kung kami inspiration ninyo, kayo po ang magiging inspirasyon po namin kung kami po ay may lalagay sa Senado. Erin Tañada po, number 59, 8 Derecho.
Thank you, Erin Tañada. You've heard from 9 of our candidates now. We need to say thank you to them for coming and sharing your views with us. Thank you, too, to the School of Social Sciences and the Department of Political Science for making the first leg of our forum possible. So, please, take out your cell phone. Let's try this. We ask everyone here to take out your cell phone. You know that, pull it up and pull out the light. I know, weird, no? Pull out the light. We ask you to light it up, raise it up. We're shining the light, right? Shine the light, shine the light. This is all the students of Ateneo who made this possible, who ask for the facts. Thank you to all of you. I'm Maria Ressa for the Rappler team. We will shine the light. We want to vote for a better future. Let's all vote wisely. Thank you for joining us.
Even if the military pounds buildings with airstrikes, the enemies can move around from one building to another through these.
Sir, just a follow-up on your citizenship. We understand that you are not a U.S. citizen now, but at any point...
No, I am not. I am a Filipino. I have always been a Filipino. And I have never been a U.S. citizen. I continue to be a Filipino, so that's the end of the story.
Foreign Secretary Perfecto Yasay lies to the CA about his American citizenship.
This is the small road leading to Pavilion, which is a center for sexually abused girls.
Sinabihan kami ng uncle na pumasok ako sa bahay.
Calida also defends Duterte's decision to allow the burial of the late dictator Ferdinand Marcos at the Hero Cemetery.
Former Environment Secretary Gina Lopez is also rejected by the CA.
Justice Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre presents high-profile convicts against the Lima.
The House works on 2 of Duterte's controversial pet bills, the reimposition of the death penalty and the lowering of the minimum age of criminal responsibility.
Ex-Davao Death Squad members spill the beans on Duterte.
The extrajudicial killings and human rights violations night after night.
And thousands die in police operations nationwide.
Demokrasya natin nakabase sa integrity ng institutions.
Catcalling, whistling is actually sexual harassment. So it seems as if you violated your own ordinance.
Because with traffic already this bad in the metro, there will be less driving anyway.
Oh, it's 2019 na. Ano ba plano mo? Dad, it's been... I know. So when? Luis, kailan mo ba ako ililibre? Libre?
Game! Easy! With the new Shakey's 2019 meal deal. 2 pizzas, 2 pastas, chicken and mojos, salad and drinks. Plus the new apple crumble pizza.
And a free supercard.
All for just 2,019 pesos.
Ano ba talaga plano mo? Kain na lang, Dad.